Have you ever had a day where everything seems to go wrong? It doesn't matter what you do, everything is just going wrong. And let me tell you something, it is so easy to focus on the negative, right? But what if I told you that you have the power to shift your mindset with something as simple as gratitude? Welcome to Gracefully Growing, the podcast that helps you thrive in life during and after high school. I am Dr. Kimmy, educator, mom to an amazing 12 and a half year old, and author, speaker, and gratitude advocate. I'm so excited to have you on this journey with me as we explore the 5 key principles that will guide you to a fulfilling life. Now, what are these 5 key principles? They are gratitude, reflection, affirmations, connection, and empathy. So, last week's episode was the overview of all of these 5 principles. But before we get started today, because I really want this to be a true learning experience for you, I want to encourage you to grab a journal. Now, the link to my affirmation gratitude journal is below, is posted below. All right. Or if you don't have a journal, open your notes app on your phone so that you can take notes. Because like I said, I want this to be a true learning experience for you. So, number one, here's what I want you to do. I want you to write down a goal that you want to accomplish this year. It could be something you want to accomplish next month, in 3 months, in 6 months, but something that you're going to set your heart to in 2025. Because what we're going to do over the next few weeks together is to flesh out those goals by using the 5 principles of grace. Got it? All right. So today we're going to be talking about the power of gratitude. So I'm a Yoruba person from Nigeria, and gratitude is a way of being for us. We literally express gratitude for everything every single day. So we are raised to express gratitude in the moment of a kind art, of a kind act, right? I remember when I was growing up, if somebody gave me something, like money, a gift, I would say thank you. My mom would prompt us to say thank you when we were much younger. And then the next day, my mom would make us call and say thank you for the gift from yesterday. And then if we saw that individual in a week's time, we would still be saying, oh, thank you for last week. If we saw them in a month's time, we would still say thank you for last month, right? So gratitude, it was a way of being for us. And let me tell you something. My sunshine, he has mastered this art of expressing gratitude. Like this boy has this thing down to a T. I raised them. I raised them. So in 2023, we got him an iPad. He's like, that was the only thing he wanted in the whole wide world. He wanted the iPad. I mean, down to this little specification, this boy was specific on what he wanted in this iPad, right? And dad and I came together, my husband and I, and we got him the iPad. Do you know, even as of last week, this young man still said, Mom, I'm so grateful that you got me this iPad because I still can't believe that you guys got me this iPad. Gratitude. It's about recognizing the good in your life, even when things are not quite going the way you want them to go. It's about taking a moment to breathe. It's about seeing your glass as half full as opposed to half empty. And gratitude, like I've already explained to you, it can be as simple as you just simply saying thank you to someone. Is as simple as recognizing a kind word from a friend. It's as simple as recognizing that somebody smiled at you today. It's as simple as being grateful that you were able to get out of bed today, right? All the way down to the big things, such as like I mentioned yesterday, on the last episode, your Christmas gifts that you received from your parents, food on the table, school that you go to. Do you know that education is still a privilege in some countries? Being grateful that you live in a country where education is a right, is your right as a child, and not a privilege as it is in some countries in the world today. Um, in my country, Nigeria, some parts of Nigeria, kids are still not being allowed to go to school. So education is a privilege, and it is something that I'm going to encourage you to be grateful for. Okay? You may not like the school that you're in. You may not even like some of your teachers. I didn't like some of my teachers when I was in school. But let me tell you why I'm grateful for those teachers that I did not like while I was in school. What those teachers taught me, what is this? When I decided to become a teacher, I knew I knew what kind of teacher I did not want to be. I didn't know what kind of teacher I wanted to be, right? But I knew what kind of teacher I did not want to be. Why? Because I had experiences with teachers for whatever reason that I didn't like them. It was nothing to do with them, really, or maybe it did. I don't know, right? So, gratitude is about focusing on what is truly, truly going right for you. You have food, you have shelter, you have clothes to wear. May not be the kinds of clothes that you want to wear, you have clothes to wear. It's focusing on what's going right. It's noticing and valuing the things in your life that are positive. Don't dwell on the negative stuff, right? Acknowledge that they're there, but don't stay there. It is a powerful feeling of thankfulness and recognition for what you have. And what this does for you, it is helps to shift your focus from what is missing to what is present and what is positive. It's like a superpower. Gratitude is like a superpower that helps you to navigate the ups and downs of life with a positive outlook and strong sense of support. Remember that goal that I told you to write down? That goal. We're going to learn how to give gratitude for all the people along the journey towards that goal. Okay? Because on your journey to that goal, there are going to be pitfalls. And what I'm going to encourage you to do is to focus on what is going right as you head towards that goal. So, by embracing gratitude, you are setting yourself up for a more fulfilling and successful life experience now and in the future. So, let me ask you a question. Like my sunshine um, does from time to time, he will look at me and say, Mom, I'm so thankful that you're my mom. Have you ever done that for your parents? Have you ever gone to your parent and said, Mom, Dad, Grandma, whomever you live with, Auntie, I'm so thankful that you're in my life. I'm so thankful that you're keeping a roof over my head. I'm so thankful that you're able to afford food for us to eat. I'm so thankful that you're able to pay the light bills. Can you imagine how that would lift their spirit? Let's go beyond your parents. Let's talk about, or your parents or your guardians. Let's talk about your teachers at school or people in your community. But because I used to be a teacher, I'm going to focus on teaching. Why? because I remember in my third year as a science teacher, I'll never forget this. A student wrote me a note expressing gratitude for to me for all the things that I was teaching them, how I was teaching, and the whole positive aspect of my classroom. Y'all, do you know that I still have that note? As a matter of fact, I took a picture of it. It's somewhere in my phone. And from time to time, I go to that note. Now, I'm no longer a classroom teacher, but that note lifted my spirit, and it made me want to be a better teacher, and it made me want to do better for my students. Could you imagine if you wrote such a note to one of your teachers, acknowledging that they're doing their best, the same way that you're acknowledging that your parents are doing their best, right? Acknowledging that you're thankful that they chose to come to work every day and teach you. Forget about the fact that that's their job. Forget about that. Forget about the fact that that's their job. Show gratitude that they're there. Can you imagine how that would lift your teacher's spirit? Try it. Just try it. Write a little note. Dear Miss Williams, thank you so much for being my math teacher. I make my son at the end of each year write a thank you note to his teachers, and they always appreciate it. So I'm going to encourage you to do that. Write a note to one of your teachers, one that has supported you, one that you feel connected to. I promise you, it will totally lift their spirit, okay? But let me say this. Why is gratitude important? Because you're like, lady, you're a gratitude coach. What's that all about? Why is gratitude important? I'm going to give you 6 reasons why gratitude is so important for you and for me as well, because I'm talking to myself. Practicing gratitude helps you to focus on everything positive that is happening in your life. It makes it easier for you to manage stress and adapt to new situations. Okay. Practicing gratitude is like having a mental toolkit that keeps your spirit high whenever things are going rough. Okay. Or when things get challenging. So that's the reason number 1. Reason number 2 for why gratitude is important. It helps you to maintain your resiliency because it keeps your attention on the positive and the supportive people and opportunities around you. It is a reminder that even in tough times, there is always something good to appreciate. So, number 2. Number 3, gratitude, the practice of gratitude improves your overall well being. Research has shown that when you practice gratitude, it's linked to better mental health because you're regularly acknowledging what you are thankful for. And that reduces your feelings of anxiety and depression. Okay? Gratitude helps you to strengthen relationships. Think about showing gratitude to when I ask you to show your gratitude to your teachers, it allows you to strengthen that relationship. Your professors in college, some of you are going to go to college. Your colleagues at work, your friends, your parents, your mentors. It allows you to grow stronger relationships with them because it's showing them that you value them. You value their support. You value their care. And what ends up happening is that creates a positive and supportive network around you. We're going to talk about networking in later episodes. When you appreciate the opportunities and resources that are available to you, it fuels your motivation to make the most of them, because gratitude helps you to stay focused on your goals and you take advantage of your life experiences. Finally, gratitude encourages you to see challenges as opportunities for growth. We call something failing forward. It means we're not telling you don't fail. If you do fail at something, you're going to acknowledge that you failed at that thing, right? You're going to reflect upon what went right and what did go wrong. And then you fix it so you don't repeat the same mistakes, right? Because doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result, what do we call that? That is called insanity. So we don't want you to do that. So I want you to I want you to express gratitude. You want to make gratitude a daily practice. So one of the things that I'm going to be teaching you over the next few weeks into months is how 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 do you make gratitude a daily practice to where eventually it becomes so innate that you you just do it without even thinking about it, all right? Gratitude does not have to be elaborate, and I'm going to show you how, okay? It's just it could be something small, like what I'm encouraging you to do. Kind words to your parents, kind words to people around you, kind words to your teachers, kind words to your neighbors, right? So I am going to challenge you today. Yes, 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 yes. I'm going to challenge you today. I want you to start a gratitude practice today. Each morning or evening. I do mine in the evening because in the morning I'm moving, right? I want you to write down three things that you're grateful for. Don't think too deep about it. It could just be number one, I'm grateful that I had pizza for lunch or dinner today. It could be something that simple, right? And if you can't find three things, write down one thing that you're grateful for each day and then increase it every day. Or so either write down the one thing you're grateful for, or write your parent or teacher a gratitude note. Do you guys think that you could do that for me? I'm going to ask next week, and I'm going to ask you who is in your environment that is your support system that we can express gratitude to, because these are the people that are going to help us on our journey towards meeting our goal. Okay? So remember, gratitude just doesn't improve your mood. It helps you to focus on what's positive, right? It helps you to stay resilient. Gratitude improves your well being. Gratitude improves your mental state. Gratitude allows you to appreciate your resources so you can take better advantage of them. It can help you to find opportunities even in tough times. So, we're going to start today. In your journal, you've written down your goal. Check. You have your action for today, right? Your action for today is either write down three things you're grateful for. And I want you to do this practice every day until the next time we see each other, which is next week. Or write a note of gratitude to your teacher or to your parent. Or if you're feeling super honor student, to both. So until next time, this has been Gracefully Growing with Dr. Kemi. Please have a peace-filled, joyful, and loving day, and I will see you next week. Take care.